Alright, I'm trying to screen all this beautiful orange and yellow. And I do like big machinery. I like watching it do its thing. But guys, not when I have a garden going. So these are the three, and this fence, by the way, is not permanent. This is just temporary for the dog. I may be getting a female and start doing puppies. I don't know, but anyway. So this fence is temporary, but 10 feet from everything over here, planted over here, is going to be this blue sapphire. There's another one a little more than 10 feet, I think. And then this one's 10 feet. I'm going to have to move my mayhaw again, which is fine. I'll move her to the new garden when it goes dormant again. For those of you who are new here, welcome. It's called hops. The yellow down here, if you can see any, is yellow clover. It's called hops clover. I got white clover, and then I have some vetch. I think the vetch and the wild geranium, which is this, have pretty much done their thing this spring. But for the pollinators, I do not mow any of this down. Good morning, everybody. I wanted to show you a quick tour of the back garden. My mulberry is producing very well. This is a Pakistani, I think. Let me look. Yeah, this is a Pakistan mulberry, and the birds have been taking a whack at it, but you can see a lot of the berries are starting to turn, you know, a dark purple, and it looks amazing. And it's about, I don't know, 10 feet, 10, 12 feet tall. Absolutely gorgeous. And I have a blueberry as an understory, but I got a huge ant bed in here, which I'm just going to have to leave it for now. Over here is my loquat. It needs to be fertilized. It's not doing too well, but I've got 2 ladybugs. Currently, I don't think these are our domestic. So this loquat does need to be fertilized. She's kind of pale. A friend of mine is going to come and get these Leyland cypress, but we're going to do that in the fall. It got a little too late in the season. And these are my Thuya arborvitaes. They grow about 3 feet a year once they get established. They've been in the ground going on almost a year now. And I have a pineapple guava that I'm so unfamiliar with guavas. I don't know if these are new seeds that are, new fruit that are coming out, or if this is how their leaves come out. I'm just not very familiar with them. I do have a dead space here. I'm going to put a trellis, a cattle panel trellis with a wide leaf plant or vine to give the dog some shade out here. I started a wildflower garden. I planted over 2,000 seeds, which I have in a video, and the only thing that came up were the echinacea. That's it. And they're going to outgrow the grass and the weeds, so I'm not really worried about that. Just take a step back before the sun crests over those pine trees. Oh, my pear. I did not even show you my pear. Oh, pardon moi. And this is my kefir pear, and I don't know if you can see, but it is loaded in pears. Oh. It has pears everywhere. And hopefully this year I'll be able to salvage some from the raccoons, but we'll see. I'll try to protect the lower ones. But she's a beauty. And I do have one down here. Let's get a closer look. Aren't they beautiful? And I'm going to try to make some pear preserves or something this year, but this thing really took off last year when I came out here on the summer solstice, and I pruned the daylights out of it. And I mean, this thing took off like a rocket. I'll be introducing the new garden over here soon, and let's just take a saunter over here. Now, for those of you who don't know, I will be pulling up this landscape fabric at some point and planting native wildflowers and prairie grasses, because this all used to be prairie back, I don't know, about 70 years ago. I have potatoes in this bed. I don't think they're gonna make. I'm not worried about it. I had to improvise. I lost one side of this during the hurricane, so I had to improvise. I've got a basil and tomato. I grow these for my clients. I don't eat tomatoes. And I got some peppers. I got peppers over here, and for ground cover and for later harvest, I got watermelon and pumpkin out here. And I've got some slips that I'm going to be planting in the new garden area to help cover the tarp. I call it a tarp. I know it's landscape fabric. It's just easier to say tarp. And to make it a little bit cooler out here. I have another tomato. This is a Sweet 100. And I have onions out here, but I just don't think that they're going to make. They've been in here for 3 months. If this is all they're going to do, then I wasted my time. Volunteer poppies. I got some yellow marigold. Over here are my potatoes. They're doing exceptionally well. If you're wondering what these hoops are, I drape, when I have an empty bed, I drape netting over it to keep him from jumping inside of the beds, because they're only 2 feet tall by 4 feet wide. I got a video on how to make 2 of these for $70. I have another marigold. I have some oregano. I have a dill that is quite happy, and you can just smell this dill when you're walking around. It just smells so good. Over here I have some onions that were in a bag and they started sprouting, so I just stuck them in the raised bed and they're taking off. I dug this up from the front yard to put out here so that it would also cascade over and help cool off this landscape fabric. I got this tree kale, or tree collard. It cross-pollinated and it is in bloom, and I'm going to save the seeds because I got these from Dan at Plant Abundance. I'll put his link down below. And I have some more marigolds and, you know, some more watermelon or pumpkin. I can't remember what all I'm planting. Well, hey baby, you need to stop all that bark. Hey baby. And this is my carrot patch. I grow my carrots thick so that they stay small, so they're snack carrots for my clients. And I have my solitary strawberry, which I buried the runners, and I'm going to make more strawberries. And this is a, I don't know, Boris, I don't know what, galore, something galore. And I have a volunteer dill. Some California poppies that volunteered as well. Over here I have another dill. And my peppers, these are the ones that I had that I used the Christmas lights around. Now I made a mistake and forgot to take the plastic off, and it got too hot. It got about 120 degrees and I killed some, but you live and learn. And I think these are my habaneros. And I have more watermelon and pumpkin and another poppy. And these are my cabbage, and they're starting to form heads on them. I know it's hard to see, but I'm not going to unwrap it. And my poppies are trying to open up. And we're going to have to wrap this up. And I have more melon or cantaloupe or whatever I planted out here. I just threw seeds out here. A lot of them are very old. But I just want all this to cascade down and just cover the landscape fabric, like I keep saying. I'm sorry to repeat myself. And my peppers. These are jalapenos. Yeah, these are my jalapenos. And so I'm getting kind of excited. All right, let's get over here before the sun really starts peeking out. This is my Florida home pear. This is her second season out here, but she really took off. And my goal is to have a canopy, a tree canopy out here where I don't have to be in the sun. Kind of like a forested area. This is my pink lady, I think. Yes, this is my pink lady apple. This is her second season, and she's just now peeking out and blooming. And it's April the 14th. This is another pineapple guava, and she's looking real good. I'm gonna have to get out here and do some weed control, so please forgive that. This is my plum, and she is doing amazing. At first, I mean, she bloomed like crazy, and I'm like, I'm not getting any plums. But then I started looking, and they were small, but the plums are the same color as the leaves, so I didn't see them. I mean, all the way up there. Just gorgeous. Everywhere. And these is a rosa plum. It's a rosa plum, and I'm just super excited. I've never grown plums before, and this is her 4th season. And I have petunias out here. They were on the clearance rack. Mister. And I forgot what kind of apple this is. I think it's an Anna apple, and she's just now starting to flush out the middle of April, so she takes her time. Yeah, I have. Sometimes apples just want to just mosey on. And my citrus is doing well. This is a brown select. It's doing very well. Over here I have some rosemary that's seen better days, and another orange. Yeah, I'm so sorry for the background noise, but this is my life for now. And then this is my blackberry trellis. The shade feels good. And weeds, but my blackberries, I have got to get on top of these weeds. That'll happen next week when I have the week off. Another blackberry that's going to be producing pretty soon. Now these are my thornless varieties, and I got to start training them up. And another one right here, and I'm still waiting on this. I don't think it made it. This is a gold plum, and I just don't think it's going to make it. Let me walk around. Yeah, so next week I'm taking care of all these weeds. This is why I don't mow. This is why I don't mow my grass until May. This is fleabane. This is fleabane, and this is henbit. And we have dandelion, which most of it's gone to seed. Now this is a gold plum. I have a lot of problems trying to get plum to grow. I just don't think it's alive anymore. I just don't think it's alive. Let me see. It is alive. Okay, you see the green in it? It's alive. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I've got to get rid of all this grass out here. I'm sorry guys, I know my garden looks a sight. And this is a Bruce plum I just planted, and it's already got new growth on it. I'm super tickled about it. And I lost 2 pairs out here, so these are the replacements. This is lemon coral sedum, and it's in bloom, and it's just going to drape over this urn. It's just, the black urn is just really going to let it pop. Alright, this is my Satsuma orange, and it is just loaded. Let's walk around over here. This thing is loaded in new oranges. And these will be ready around Thanksgiving or Christmas. And like I said, it's April the 14th. And then I think The last one, these are red skin oranges. I mean, these are red skin peaches. They do not get big like you see in the store. They get about that big around, and they're super sweet. And as you can see, they're the peaches. And there's some more. She is slow. This particular tree takes her time waking up. As you can see, she's still flushing out. But she's got peaches on her. But I'm going to give her plenty of time because this is the same tree. I mean, this is the same variety, and she's almost full. So let's walk. Let me go around, and we'll get on this side, and then I've got to get ready to go to work. All right, I have to go through the breezeway. I'm switching out my chairs. I got to wash these tomorrow. I got to wash these and put them in my house. I had a dog that chewed the bottoms of the other ones. This is my sugar cane. I've got to take it down, and as you can see, the new sugar cane is starting to form. And then I will take all this hen bit out once it stops blooming. My moringa is coming back. I've got moringa right here. I've got another olive that I just bought a stake for. I haven't had time to come out here and stake it up. And this is another olive. This is her third season. I've only had one olive, so this year, I mean, I've only had one olive since I've owned this tree, so I figured there was a problem. So I bought another one. This is just your tea olive. And once this branch stops blooming, I will cut it back and get this rose branch off of it. But this is my Monrovia Dark Desire Rose. And I dug that rose up from there and put it here in the middle of summer 3 years ago. And this rose is absolutely just covered in roses, buds, and blooms. Absolutely insane how beautiful and fragrant this rose is. Absolutely a showstopper. However, she's extremely thorny, and if you walk by or go by on the lawnmower, she'll snatch your clothes off. Over here is my willow that eventually I will be using to make baskets. I want to make a willow structure, but we'll see. And these are my grapes. They're starting to come in. I got to fertilize them, and they're already producing bunches. So that's exciting. See, they're starting to leaf out. Sorry guys, but the sun's in my eyes. And I've only got 2 of each. And if you haven't seen it, I'll insert the grape trellis video. And these are my other citrus. I think this is my blood orange. They're kind of pale, but I've already fertilized them. It hasn't had time to take effect. But this plant is just loaded in oranges. Absolutely loaded. So I'm going to have quite the harvest this fall. Now I fed them, I've given them Epsom salt drink and their citrus fertilizer plus lime, which is what my pop always did. And they're just pale. Sometimes they just get pale and then they start getting dark green again. Alright, this is a clementine, so she's starting to come around. This is another satsuma, and her fruit's looking kind of yellow right there, so I'm keeping an eye on it. But she's still producing blooms, and she still has fruit everywhere, so she's looking really, really, really good. And this is not chlorosis. If it were chlorosis, the veins would be dark green. This is just, sometimes they do that. Now my Meyer lemon, I just fed her. I just gave her an Epsom salt feeding and lime. So all of these have been treated. It's just going to take some time for them to come around. I'm not sure what the problem is, but they just do this for some reason. She defoliates and then puts on new growth. I don't know. But I fertilize them regularly. I don't know. But this one was loaded in blooms. And for some reason, all of her fruit dropped off. That's interesting. Anyway, she's flushing out again. This could be a sign of stress. I'm not really sure, but all of her fruit are gone. That's weird. Look at all that. All that was blooms, and I don't know what's going on. So if anybody knows, please leave me a comment. She's getting water. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this. But she dropped all of her fruit. All of it's gone. That's amazing. I'll have to look that up. This is another rosemary. This is a plum. This is an Orient plum. I need to stake up better. And this is her fourth season, but her second season in this spot because she just was not doing very well and I moved her. But she seems to be coming around this year. I'm very hopeful that next year I'll probably get a production of fruit. This is my turmeric bed. I gotta put another brick under here. I lost my bananas. These were my dwarf Cavendish bananas. They would have produced this year, but we got snow for the first time in 35 years, so it killed it. This is a French lavender that needs some desperate help. And this is my other redskin peach. And she has plenty of fruit. She looks amazing. And I'm tickled pink. Now last year the raccoons got the only few fruit that I had last year, so I got to be mindful this year. But I have to keep the fence away from the peach away from the dog because peaches are toxic to dogs. And I got a double. Look at that. I got two peaches growing into each other. How interesting. New growth and new peaches. New peaches. So she's loaded. Over here I have an Ayers pear. This is her fourth season in the ground and she did not bloom and she is not producing pear. So I'll give her another year and we'll see what happens. I got to cut all those suckers off down at the bottom. And here's another. I have two varieties. I can't remember which is which. One's a Niagara and one's a Concord. One's a white, one's a purple grape. I don't remember which is which right now. And it's loaded in bunches as well. And I might as well just show you. These are new additions. Oh, I see 2 eggs in here. Thank you. Anyway, these are the chickens. These are bantams. And they're fully grown. All right, let me get back here. It's hard for the camera to focus. These are as big as these chickens are gonna get. They've been in here it'll be a week Thursday, so Thursday we'll let them out and start free ranging. Are you guys hungry? All right, I'll feed you. That's right. So I got a rooster and 3 hens. The rooster's not the same breed as the other hens, but I don't care about that. I just like roosters and chickens or hens, and I like to have them free range. Let me tie my shoe. All right, these are my last 2 plants. These look kind of bad. They got hit by the snow, and I need to prune these back because this is dead down to here. I just wanted to see where they would flush back out. So apparently it's obvious where it will. This is another orange. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, this is a Washington Navel orange right here, and this is a Persian lime. And it too needs to be trimmed back. But that is bizarre. I lost all my lemons, which is kind of a blessing because I had more than I knew what to do with. But she's flushing out more lemons, so I don't know. I'll just have to keep an eye on her. I have no idea what's going on with her. She lost all of her blooms and all of her small fruits. Look at all that debris down there. Very weird. And she's in her 5th year. And that's die off from the freeze. But she's got new blooms. I don't know. So if you guys know what's going on, let me know. I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, well, that is the tour of the backyard. It's starting to fill in. The layers are starting to come together. Hopefully all that will be moved. I asked them to move those way down over there behind these trees where nobody can see them. It could be there just temporarily. I don't know because they still haven't finished the concrete. But they're building this massive structure over here, and that's going to be their pressure wash area, so it's going to be even more fun for us with all the noise, but what can you do? And I will get on top of the weeds. You can see I've been working on the weeds here, and I'll get it over here, but when you have a dog that runs out here, you got to be careful. Even if it's organic, I still have an issue with it. So if it kills something, you got to be careful. Y'all, thank you for this impromptu garden tour. I was just out here, the weather's nice, and I just thought I'd share just how pretty it is out here. And after 5 years, I think things are really starting to come along. It looks a lot smaller now that all these trees are starting to grow together and fill out and create a canopy. My goal is to have a complete canopy up here to where it's shady, and all I gotta do is just reach up and pick fruit. I got the new garden going in over there, and you know, I'm kind of excited. Get all this shade that I've never had before. But this yard looked massive when I first started, and now it's starting to look smaller and smaller. Alright guys, well, I appreciate this impromptu garden tour. I really appreciate it, and there'll be more updates on the chickens. I'm kind of excited about them, and I'm glad that you were here this morning for this morning walk with me. You guys take care. I'll see you. Oh, my hair looks ridiculous. It's windy outside, so Tony's headed over. He's going to help me put these three. He's going to help me put these three Carolina blue sapphires. What is it? Somebody wants me to pick him up. Come here. Oh, the baby. Oh, okay. All right, here's some Oliver time. That's right. Oh, the baby. That's right. All right, you okay? I don't know, you've been clingy this morning. First he had the zoomies really bad. And, okay, he just likes to be hugged like a little baby, you know, just, it's so bizarre. You okay? And he will not lick you in the face. He is the sweetest dog. Oh, that's right. That's right. I think he heard me say Tony, so anyway. All right, let's get him. Your foot's in my pocket. Your foot is in my pocket.